Hello there, everybody. Today we are going to show you how to measure and draw a color wheel. So I'm using a 9x9 piece of Bristol board, straight edge ruler, regular pencil, and a compass. To find the center of your piece of paper, you want to line up your ruler with the corners, and since this is slightly larger than my ruler, just have to aim towards the corners of my paper. Make sure that they're lined up properly. And I'm lightly drawing an X in the center of my paper. I'm going to put a dot there so that I know that's my center, and erasing out any excess pencil lines. That dot is where I place the center of my compass. This allows my compass to spin. I want to pick one of the dots near the edge of my paper, not a corner. You don't want it like that. You want it at an edge. You place your pencil in the hole and spin all the way around. So you end up with a circle, just like this. Now there are 12 sections on the color wheel, so we need to make sure we're dividing this into 12 sections. The first section, you're going straight across like this, horizontally, from one end to the other, straight across, and straight up and down, vertically from the top to the bottom, just like so. So you end up with 4 quadrants. So we have a horizontal line and a vertical line. Now, in order to divide this into 12, each of these quarters needs to be divided into 3 sections. The easiest way to do this, pretend you're cutting up birthday cake and your friends are very jealous. They don't want your piece to be bigger than theirs. So you can use your 2 fingers, move it around along this outer line until you see 3 even cake slices, and make a mark at those 2 points so that you have 1, 2, 3 even cake slices. You're going to line up this mark with your center dot. So I've lined my ruler up with my mark and my center dot, and I'm drawing all the way across the circle, not just to the middle. I draw all the way across the circle. That creates 1 slice on this side and 1 slice on that side. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm lining up my mark that I made here with my center dot and drawing all the way through. So you see how I have 1, 2, 3 slices here and they look even, and I have 1, 2, 3 slices here and they look even. So you're just going to do that again. Use your fingers, move them until you have what looks like 3 even slices. This one looks a little too big, so I'm going to scoot it this way. And you're going to line up that mark with the center dot. And I draw not just to the middle, but all the way through. Line up that mark with the center dot all the way through. Now I have a circle with 12 even sections, just like so. Now, if you're going to be doing a color wheel that has multiple rings, you can do multiple rings. If my color wheel needs to have 3 rings, I want to pick spots equidistant down here. So you can do the same thing. We can look at this section from here to here. If you really wanted to, you could measure it and then calculate that on a calculator, but I find sometimes it's easier just to visually divide it. So this and this. So that looks about even. From here and here and here, those all look the same. Once again, I'm putting my compass in the middle, and then I'm looking for the dot closest to that mark. And I'm spinning it around, just like so. And I'm again looking for the dot closest to that mark, and I'm spinning it around, just like that. So now I have 1, 2, 3 rings. They're approximately the same size. They're equidistant from one another, and I have 12 sections. So this would be a great way to draw out a color wheel if you're doing your solid color and maybe you're doing a tint and a shade of your color. So that gives you 3 sections within your color wheel. Or maybe you just want the outer ring. Then you can erase out these 2 sections in here and you have a nice wheel for your color wheel, and you can label it on the inside if you want. So for labeling, we're going to do the outside for this one. You start with your primary color. Starting with red, I'm going to skip 1, 2, 3 In that fourth box, I'm gonna put another primary color. Let's go with blue. I'm going to skip 1, 2, 3. In that fourth box, I'm gonna put my last primary color, which is yellow. Then we're gonna do color addition. Red and yellow together make orange. So I'm going to go to that middle box in between red and yellow and label this orange. Red and blue together make violet. So the center box between the red and the blue, you will label violet. Blue and yellow together make green. So you're going to label this box between the yellow and the blue with green. Then you're going to put your tertiary colors in. Remember when you're putting your tertiaries that the primary term always comes first in the name. You can write it out, I'm just going to do my initials. So between yellow and green is yellow green. Yellow and orange make yellow orange. Between orange and red, it's not orange red, it's red orange. Red and violet make red violet. Blue and violet are blue violet. Blue and green, blue green. Whoop. Blue green is a B and a G. And between green and yellow, we already have yellow green. Okay, so we're done. So here are all 12 of our colors labeled for our color wheel and ready for you to go ahead and start filling it in.